Is Fantastic Four the best superhero film of 2025? Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Marshall. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. It means a great deal. Today we are going to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, I came into this film with very much low expectations, as the fact that Marvel in recent years have dropped the ball a little bit on their films, especially this year, considering with Captain America flopped as well as Thunderbolts. Although Thunderbolts was pretty well received with critics and audience scores as well, but box office numbers are what counts, and unfortunately, it didn't do very well there. And so they very much have a lot to prove out of the big four films that have come out this year so far. Out of all four, they're the ones with the most to lose and the most to prove. This is what's going to set up also the new Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars films that are coming out later next year as well. So they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Now, I actually like this film. I thought it was actually really, really good. Like I said, low expectations. And I think that's the best way to go into it, is like, well, it may not be the best, but maybe it might be good. Who knows? Who knows? And I really, really enjoyed it. I thought what worked really well was actually the characters themselves. The main Fantastic Four family were actually really, really good. Each character having their own unique attributes and contribute to the team itself. The cast was chosen really well. I didn't think Pedro Pascal would actually make a good Reed Richards, but actually he did very well. So it stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, and you've got Joseph Quinn, and you've got Richie from The Bear, uh, who plays the Thing. The film starts off with a brief summary of what's actually happened to the Fantastic Four. It's 4 years into their journey, and the guy is basically saying Fantastic Four go to a journey and encounter some cosmic turbulence and come back forever changed. That's it. That's all they say, which is perfect. They showcase their powers a little bit. They show them like what they've done from the accident to 4 years to the present day, which is really great. And I think going forward in superhero films, this is probably what's going to be happening. Just a brief outline, main bullet points of the characters and what's been going on. There's no longer needed like the 10-hour film about how their parents died, or they melted into some acid or something. I don't know. But they're not doing those long, drawn out origin stories anymore. And I feel this approach was to the point and, gave you the basics that you needed and sets up the story nicely. So they're 4 years into their journey as the Fantastic Four. They basically get threatened by Silver Surfer, who is now female Silver Surfer, which you find out who she is later on in the film. But she comes in to warn them that their planet has been marked for death. She is actually in league with a intergalactic god called Galactus, who it takes over planets and destroys them at will. He is this powerful. He is massive. He is possibly the greatest threat to the universe as we know it. And so Fantastic Four are the Earth's last best defense against this threat. And so they go to the home world of where Galactus and Silver Surfer are staying and try and negotiate and reason with them to try and save their planet. Galactus basically says, look, the only way you can save your planet is if you give up one thing. And Sue Storm is basically pregnant at this point, and Galactus seems to think that her baby will be the answer to all his problems and possibly take over his position as Galactus. And he can go off and ride into the sunset. And so Fantastic Four, rightly so, basically say, no, this is not going to happen. We're not going to give you my unborn child. And so they fight them at their home planet and then come back to Earth, battered and bruised, and give them the report to the people of Earth, give them an update of what's going on, basically outlining what Galactus wants. And as you can tell, the people of Earth actually, don't like the idea that they decided for them that they weren't going to give them the baby. People of Earth think, well, this is the most simplest thing that you can do. Just give them the baby. Who cares? But she was like, no, this is my baby. I'm not going to give up my baby for the Earth. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Which is fair enough. Although, should take a leaf out of Spock's book. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. I mean, I'm just kidding. As you can see, very simple story. Really sort of well done. I thought what they did really well with it was the fact that they really provided Galactus with a lot of scale and scope. Galactus looks massive up on screen. He looks amazing. Graphics and the CGI are really sort of well done. The one thing I would say is that I wanted more of is actually more story between Silver Surfer and Galactus. They only had like a handful of scenes, and would have been nice to know a little bit more about them. And actually, what I thought was really good was that basically the rumors and hype around the film beforehand were definitely greatly exaggerated, and they just kept the story simple. It's basically just a traditional in inverted commas family unit trying to survive in this world with these powers and trying to work out life after their life-changing incident. And that's it. And they just work together really nicely. Each character has their moment in the film to showcase their skills, their talents, their what they bring to the team. It's really, really, really good. There are a few moments that I thought, there was a couple of scenes where I just thought, maybe not. But for the most part, it was really, really, really good. I would definitely recommend going to see this film in the cinema to get the grander scope of how big Galactus is on screen. It's really, really good. I know I've been saying that quite a lot because it just is. Like, Marvel haven't put out anything like this in such a long time, and it's really refreshing to see that they're sort of going back to basics, back to basic filmmaking as well. Not doing anything too complicated. It's definitely what you would consider a safe film. It's going to make all the money, and it's definitely one of the best films from the four blockbusters that we've seen this year. Definitely worth your while to go and see Fantastic Four. The characters, the storyline, the whole thing is, I highly rate this film. So definitely go to see it in the cinema. Thank you for watching this video, and I shall see you in the next video.